Hello, everybody. I am Donald Mack. I am very happy and honored to be part of this meaningful event. As a start, I would like to wish you all good health and happiness in the year of Ox, and wishing the COVID-19 pandemic will be over very soon.
I started studying Wing Chun in 1979 with Master Chun, one of a handful of direct students of Grandmaster Yip Man. In 1987, I began teaching in Master Charles' school before setting off my own in 1997. My school, International Wing Chun Organization, has over 100 branches in 18 countries. My passion for Wing Chun led me into academic research on different branches of Wing Chun, particularly its theories, practice, and history. Dated back about 15 years ago, I began the research on Gulao Wing Chun, a style that was taught by Dr. Leung Jian after his retirement from Foshan. I was then fortunate enough to receive proper trainings on this style from Master Feng Kang, the son of Grandmaster Feng Zhen. After gaining an in-depth knowledge on Gulao, I found that a real complete Wing Chun system should comprise of both the classical style Leung Jian taught in Foshan and this Gulao Pinson style of Wing Chun. My expertise was recognized when I was asked to write articles for the book Yip Man Wing Chun 50th Anniversary and for other world-class martial arts magazines such as Wing Chun Illustrated, Brist, etc. In 2016, I published my first book, Willow in the Wind, Wing Chun's Soft Approach. The second book is under preparation, which is to reflect my latest thinking and views on Wing Chun. In addition to teaching and training, I have a strong interest in raising the standards of Wing Chun and providing opportunities for students to test their skill levels. Since 2010, together with my associations in Europe, Hong Kong, and China, I have organized a number of international and regional Wing Chun competitions. In 2018, I was invited to be a member of the Jury of Appeals for the 2018 World Wing Chun Open competition, organized by the International Wushu Federation. I prefer to teach the original concepts that I learned from my two Sifus through a standard curriculum that I crystallized from their teachings and my own personal discoveries from over 40 years of practice and contemplation on the Wing Chun system. The curriculum is based on the concept of lei, theory, principle, yin, form, technique, fact, application. Given that Wing Chun's three empty hand forms and the wooden dummy form can teach the principles behind its techniques but not the applications. For example, we can see that Tan Shou can be used to deflect, absorb, or attack, and likewise for the Bong Shou and Fok Shou. Different applications can be developed simply by varying the angle, energy, distance, or by a combination of the standard techniques learned from the empty hand forms. This approach makes Wing Chun different from other martial arts systems. Creating the standard curriculum is aimed at helping students understand and apply the techniques easier. So, I don't try to change the form, but let students learn the standard movements and the basic applications from the standard curriculum. When the students reach a higher level, they can then interpret the application as they see fit. My approach allows students to think for themselves about how to apply the principles, while also preserving Wing Chun's traditions. It's not necessarily a better way, but it gives students more leeway to interpret their applications. Based on this lay-in-fed approach, my curriculum incorporates forms, solo, and partner exercise, chisel, and nutso, sparring, with protective gear, as we also train for competitions. Depending on the student's level, we emphasize different aspects of chisel rolling. At the lim toe level, we focus on the first gate contact points, wrist and forearm, with legs stationary to train proper structure. Rolling at this level teaches students to be sensitive to whether they are in a vulnerable or advantageous position and how to reposition. At the Chun level, we emphasize the second gate, rear forearm, together with stepping while rolling. With Bilji, students should work on the third gate, rear arm and shoulder. Rolling is important because Wing Chun's fighting platform starts with hand-to-hand contact. This is Wing Chun's preference. It likes close-range fighting. So, rolling is to get you familiar with this contact and to know if you are in a favorable or vulnerable position. However, no one will start a fight with you at their chisel range. You also need to learn the footwork and body methods for how to close in your opponent. Everyone knows that the closer you are to your opponent, the more dangerous it can be. Rolling teaches you how to control your opponent as well as to attack and defend yourself at close range by deploying forward energy and absorbing force. Without this type of training, Wing Chun practitioners would miss out on some of the advantages of rolling that can be transferred to chisel and guo shou. Yip Man advised my Sifu to use more kicks in his training because he was a shorter person and stressed to him the Wing Chun maxim, "You take me high, I take you low." I start teaching kicking at the Chun level through the form, solo exercises for front and side kicks, and partner drills using Chi Ge, which is a set of training for the close-range kicking methods. We also practice a special kicking form extracted from all the kicks in the wooden dummy form. I also add controlled power kicks that we incorporate into our chisel and sparring. I define footwork in Wing Chun as any stepping method that moves your stance to achieve your fighting purposes. Angle, distance, power, without compromising your structure. Standing firm even with the most solid structure is often not practical when dealing with a powerful attacker who penetrates deep into your core. You really need good footwork to deal with this. If you want to actualize the Wing Chun maxim of neutralizing attacks easily through footwork and body movement, 應笑步法，應付松用. You have to apply the theory behind the plum blossom 5 steps, 梅花五步法, because it contains the know-how on how best to use Wing Chun's footwork in combat. Essentially, there are 3 types of angular stepping maneuvers that can enhance your fighting strategy. First, zigzag. Second, center through. And third, outward inward stepping. In my schools, for advanced levels, we practice on elevated wooden stumps called the plum blossom piles, 梅花樁.
Hope you have enjoyed watching the video. All the best, good Wing Chun, and hope to see you soon.